340, I'm in the area. 40-10-4.
Mickey. Mr. Thornley. Mr. Thornley here. Heading on the roads 4 to 6 hours, okay?
Fine, but Miss Campbell...
Just put me in charge. If there are any problems, I'm all yours.
License plate, I have boy Robert 5.
Thoughtful. The prison guards will probably want to vet it, but I don't think it says anything contentious. The lady's family are upset that she died, and that's understandable. But prison should be for bad, dangerous people, not good people like Rick, who was just doing his best and got things a bit wrong.
Yes, right. This is really very sad.
Rick was there.
10-4, 58-15.
He was, yes.
Copy, I'm standing by there.
You should see this. Norway's best bloopers. Best bloopers.
It's good to see you smiling. Ollie, I just wanted to update you.
On what?
Remember I'm afraid we're going to have to... There's been a delay on the finances. You know what the can be like.
How's it going? Lofty, have you seen this? So look. This. So. Brilliant. Is that real?
Meaning of all morning.
I never known. Thank you. Not until a third date, at least.
320-10-4.
So I take it the second date went very well?
Yeah.
46-18, Anita, 4618, Anita, contact Ray.
No, we had a really nice time. We went to this amazing Japanese restaurant. Lovely food, lovely wine, and then he walked me home.
Well, you can spare me the details. Well, you can spare me the details.
He didn't stay over, thank you very much. No, he was in early this morning, so...
Yeah, I think he was, actually.
Anyway, I've sent him a text. So I had a very lovely time.
Walk over there. Speak to him face to face in person.
That'd be ridiculous. No, I'll just wait until he replies when he's not...
70-10-4.
Careful, jeez. If I wasn't feeling well by my phone, I sat down now. Good. Well by my phone, I sat down now. Good God, it wasn't blocked off yet.
Who saved your life?
Oh, sorry, is this where I meant to say thank you?
Well, I'm surprised you can remember. You
Crash number 1791-179.
You man, no. Okay. What, John? Hi.
Almost didn't recognise you're out of season, mate. Alright, okay, take it easy.
Suspect pericardial constriction. Okay, nice deep breath in, please. Lean forwards. How long have you been having these chest pains?
I don't know, since I tripped and fell over the other week. Not drunk, though.
Bit swollen.
Flat,
Suspicious person, an intoxicated subject, a burglary alarm, a runaway, and the abandoned vehicle.
Okay. Let her down gently and prepare for a cardiectomy. Nice. Okay, Ken. We're going to be prepping you for this.
So that big grin is making me feel vaguely uneasy.
393, I've got a second name for
What you could do with this? That's kind.
Thanks. I don't know whether to stay or... Businesses. So I'm going it alone.
I can imagine. She's very independent.
After her dad left, I worked all hours. She had to fend for herself. Too much, really.
Still in good stead.
205, Bravo.
It was me that saw the trial at first, was it? I couldn't believe it when the gas got chose her.
Hey, back here. Go ahead. Hey, can you read over the driver's information you have?
Fiona's calling priority.
We didn't think it would...
Yeah, I'll be right there.
How are you?
The legs don't work. There's nothing wrong with my ears. I read the professor's papers. I knew what I was getting at.
Henry, Ocean, Mary, Adam,
Fiona? Fiona?
So far.
Kate. Fiona? 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 Sorry to
So far,
interrupt.
Desert 365, you Desert 360.
I heard the board haven't received your statement. Time's running out.
Enough.
Four of a kind. A win, isn't it? Are you sure you shuffle? Well, my motor skills aren't what they used to be.
Sorry to interrupt.
I know I'm thrashing him anyway.
Mrs. King's ECG hasn't come back yet. I'll get a bit distracted. Oh!
Interchange clear, be back in
Did you get home okay last night?
ECG's in. Looks normal.
Be fine, do line.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks. Thanks.
White blood count is falling, inflammatory markers are up.
Medication isn't working.
ALT 105, alkaline phosphatase 276, gamma GT.
Show early AKI. Her immune system's breaking down.
Is her body rejecting the implant?
This is awful. She had this procedure for the trial, not because she needed to.
None of us were expecting this.
Right, we need to act quickly. Let's get her into surgery, reopen the room, find the... ECG as quick as...
See, anyone call from my house, right? Yeah, people contact me with radio equipment, just didn't take it.
Desert 265, on your subject, Thomas Reed, 123 of 63, supposed to be negative 29 all the way around. Has a deal that's eligible, Class D expires 2020, address 838 South Powder Island Drive out of Dirt City, and on your vehicle insurance on Boy Robert 51635, insurance is confirmed. The expiration date is 7/21 of 18.
We got plenty of recordings to go back looking.
To operate.
Again?
I think Fiona has some infected tissue which needs to be removed.
Not hard to get the location. Refusing to leave.
What do you mean?
Violence.
Let's post it. With what?
Delay stoma revision.
Yeah, Tim, the investigators have it, but I'll get him right back to you. And I'll get all his current information
to override a consultant in a different room.
Requires Campbell.
I've already trained her.
Okay, yeah, no, that'd be good if you can give me that. Appreciate it.
Trained her. She's out. Can't be reached.
haven't been attacked again.
I'm getting better at keeping my head down.
At least it shouldn't be for too much longer. John Gaskell's come up trumps. Stuck his head out of his lab long enough to find you an expert witness. Far more eminent.
One medical professional speaks up for another medical professional. What does that look like?
He'll testify that your actions that day were entirely appropriate.
Except that they weren't. Not entirely.
Rick, you need to focus on the positives, on the things you did right.
Nature with injuries. 432 Scotland Drive, 422 Scotland. Crush sheet of Jane and neighbor station. I'll be right neighbor laying on a piece.
Jason made you a card.
I'll go fire dispatch 935.
They believe in you. We all do. Just you to help.
I have no regrets on that front.
Diabetic emergency at the LULAC apartment on Horn, 1470 Horn Road. Crush at airport on LULAC Drive. Where 30-year-old female.
Mr. Davis' results are back. Blood alcohol concentration is 0. Yes. Great, thank you.
What, that's it? No third degree? No, where does she go to school? What does she have for breakfast?
I'm happy if you're happy. Great, thank you.
What, that's it? No third degree? No, where does she go to school? What does she have for breakfast?
I'm happy if you're happy. It appears we are under surveillance, Miss Naylor.
Just checking you're okay.
Why wouldn't... Fortunately, I can. And... Hello, I'm here. Sorry, Mr. Franco. Could you let Ken know where to go, please?
30-year-old female. It's shaking, was transferable. I was having active seizure. Got EMS 12037.
Go on then. Spill it. What just... Well, now continue.
You've got an excellent legal team.
With barely a case to argue and only 2 weeks to go.
Get the jury. Knows what'll happen. Rick, now is not the time to give up.
I'm fighting a justice system against a friend. To what end? I'm a surgeon. What good does it serve keeping me locked up in here?
None. The whole thing is utter madness.
If the worst happens, would you look out for Darla? Please.
The constriction in Ken's... the trauma when he fell. It's led to the pericardium getting stuck, can you see?
Fascinating.
Negative.
Right, now separate the pericardium from the heart. Scissors, please. Thank you. What follows, Miss Petrenko?
Wire the breastbone together with the ribs and then close up.
Good. No, it's too delicate. Glue, please.
BP's dropping.
Suction, please.
Still bleeding?
Come on, Ken, come on.
BP is still dropping. Miss Naylor, we have to get him on bypass now to keep his BP safe.
No. My finger will plug the tear suture around it. See? Easy peasy.
Incredible.
Bravo 340 to 330.
really appreciate you clearing your schedule.
I don't suppose the world's eyes will be upon us this time.
Rox, I've got to turn this around.
You will. You always do.
Yeah?
This is going to be at least an hour.
This is ridiculous.
Well, Fletcher's message, but I can call her again now.
Is this some sort of hold-up?
Nothing that can't be fixed.
I thought maybe you changed your mind. Maybe she was improving. So many operations, and each one seems to make her worse.
She has had a pretty challenging time of it. We appreciate that.
What if this one goes wrong too? What if this one goes wrong too?
Well, there's an element of risk with any procedure.
Can't you wait a bit longer, so the medication has time to work?
Theatre is our only option now.
Do we need that medic to be on code? Negative.
Do I have your support? What do you think, Fiona?
She'd want me to trust you 100%.
Yes, no, that's fine. Go ahead. Thank you.
Auntie Serena. Of October 27th. That was precisely the time and date he came to help me and Lola.
It was, yes.
So the lady died when Rick was helping us? Died when Rick was helping us?
No, she died later that night.
No,
It's all right.
I better go to the police and explain.
No, you mustn't do that.
Why not? I'm going to be a dad. I have to be responsible.
Because it wouldn't help Rick.
But if the police knew why he left the lady, they might let him go.
They would.
Instead of her.
No, she didn't.
She did. She must have. He was her doctor and he wasn't there. Why else would he be in prison?
Jason, listen to me. The main reason Elaine Warren died is because she didn't get the medication that Rick had prescribed.
I'm so glad you saw and came home.
Let's get a move on now. Miss Campbell's given us the go-ahead. Fiona?
You'll be relieved. It'll be okay. I know. I'll see you later, darling. It'll be okay. Okay.
I'm going to take very good care of her, okay?
Here's the Weber. They blew into that fast lane.
Nikki, you on the bloods for bed 6 yet?
Yeah.
Good. Phone observe when I do the chest drain. See the master at work.
Okay, thanks. It's just...
What? You think?
It was glued in the ED, but it's dehising.
Come on, Dr. McKendry, you need to breathe the bread and butter stuff.
It's just with the glue, I don't want to make things worse and cause scarring.
Suturing should be second nature to you by now.
It is.
But you want me to take a look?
Cause scarring.
Suturing is second nature to you by now.
It is.
But you want me to take a look? Or hold your handbag while you stitch?
No. Not at all. I'm just telling you that that's what I'll be doing. Then I'll assist you with...
Hey, what was the one address is 4618 and one that they were saying the female, what's her address, 4614?
You're exposed.
Or is that 22?
Implant looks to be intact and is pulsating along with the adjacent cord. Sample. I propose leaving the implant in situ.
The infection might have infiltrated.
It's situated to the right of the implant around the intercostal artery.
There was a bleed at the intercostal during the last procedure. There was a bleed at the intercostal during the last
procedure.
I remembered, Dr. Chowdhury.
I would err on the side of caution.
You always do.
Just an opinion.
If I remove the implant, that ends the trial for Fiona.
Your patient, your decision.
Let's remove what looks abnormal and take it from there.
Try 350, are we patched?
Not anymore, we just dropped it.
I did what I could, but despite my very best efforts, you made it through.
Super surgeon. Just my luck.
Anyone we can call for you?
I'll be clearing back out at Chester.
Why don't you have a guess?
10-4.
She's good, thanks. Pains me to say it, but your Santa routine really made her Christmas.
She must be so pleased to have you back home, running around after her. Back home, around after her.
Come up from Holly. They're going to want you to block the extended stay America. Yeah, 10-4.
Whatever you're on, darling.
All right, 10-4.
What can it treat?
What's she doing?
Sats 90.
The area's clear, isn't it, Molly?
315. Hey, Bree, is this you?
Planted nerve.
BP's dropping.
Area. Did they get around you?
Focus on the Nueces.
Okay, we have a Charlie unit coming to assist. You need to assist. Don't let anyone through, please. Yes, Lieutenant.
Mina, this is from the implant. Label the dishes separately. Get them to the wet lab quick as you can.
Organs are failing.
Vasopressors, please.
Everything okay?
Yep.
Taking a while.
I'm finished now. Did you want to look at it?
Supervise. Yeah. Not spoon feed.
You are so patronising. I only asked if you wanted to check it.
Nikki, what if this was an emergency?
It isn't.
What if you... Emergency.
It isn't.
What if you had to make a life or death decision?
I don't.
This is the real world, love. It's time to grow a pair.
Problem?
No, all good.
Sounded overly heated to me. Dr. McKendry? Sounded overly heated. Dr. McKendry?
I've sutured a scalp laceration and it was a bit tricky because it was glued in the ED and was de-icing.
Just about to check it.
Which bed? Myself.
Motion detected. See moto.
BP rising.
She's
Home.
50 proline, please.
When we're done, take it away to you. And GCSF and vasopressors.
Let me know if anything changes. Cross Street of South 19th and 22nd Street. For 90-year-old male that has an active seizure. I say 3 of seizures. Order off EMS 1, 2048.
The suturing's fine.
Adam 350.
Braces, but not bad.
With respect. Nikki needs more faith in herself. More backbone.
I don't disagree.
I've got backbone. It's him. He treats me like I'm an idiot.
That's more like it.
It's about time.
Treats me like I'm an idiot.
That's more.
It's about time. She's been diddling all day.
You need to make yourself in Istanbul.
Smart and decisive.
How flattering. You're a good doctor, Mr. Duval.
Our hospital in the night shift.
Managing a ward, inspiring hearts and minds is a completely different ballgame. Your F1 needed support and encouragement, which I too readily assumed you could.
Nice Street, 5310 Allen East. Question of Saki and Sokol. This 27-year-old female has hives, conscious and difficulty breathing. Work off EMS 1, 2050.
It's right before two stories on the left-hand side.
Chestnut Temple. Charlie 330, go ahead.
John Sam Nora 4595.
John Sam Nora 4595, Templar. Go ahead.
28 Boy 1939.
28 Boy 1939, Templar. Of February, you cut out a copy Zebra 6 for the plate. What was there?
Personal plate, Texas, Zebra 6.
10-4.
1727, 6th of March 2018. Cellular fragmentation. Reason for apoptosis unidentified. Hypothesis 1. Abnormal immune response in patient 2. Abnormal immune response in patient 2. Presence of as yet unknown factors in peripheral nerve conduit 3. Infection. In short, the implanted stem cells are dead and are the most likely cause of the infection which has caused multi-organ failure in patient.
2038.
Bessie,
Sorry to interrupt.
is there a problem?
I just needed to know any clues as to what's caused the infection.
Not yet.
That male wasn't injured. The
Clues
medics
to what's
took
caused
him
the
to his
infection.
house next door. He showed me clear.
Not yet.
Could it be the implant?
That's unlikely. Most probably it's something post-op. Obviously, when we identify this clinical pain.
Shall we carry on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Patient
care to the floor.
Appointment number 3. Crushing
What
in
about
Pale
the
Lane
others?
for
Surely this is
48-year-old.
Well, if we can just go through recovery,
Not
I'm
pregnant,
confident.
has menstrual bleeding for 2 days. We're off EMS 1, 2033.
That's a relief.
Yeah. Look, would you mind popping back to ITU? Keep an eye on Dr.
Case number is 108-0108, and they're requesting on info.
Back to ITU. Keep an eye on Dr. Chowdhury.
Yeah, of course. It's been a rough day for all of us.
Stand by for a message.
So did he guess?
Who, Ken?
Ken? I mean Fletch.
No, let's...
Thinking of telling him?
Ridiculous.
Return to license plate
Jack,
Charles
I
Tom
gave you that
X-ray
shot off the
9392.
box, and I
Repeat
won't
Charles
do it
Tom
again. It
X-ray
was a risk.
9392.
So you need to deal with the
Negative
pain.
29 expires November of 2015.
So you need to deal with the pain
Returns to
and
2005 GMC.
find a long-term
The owner is
solution.
Pete Robert De La Cruz at 9033 Scapular out of this city, and there's no insurance information on the vehicle.
Okay, what's the
Reminds me of when she was a baby. I didn't dare turn my back in case she stopped breathing.
Cruise at 9033, Scapular, out of this city.
When does the registration expire?
November 2015. It expired November 2015.
Okay. Step 1 more, please.
I had you down as a 5 a day kind of guy.
9441.
Looks can be deceiving.
In your case, I think not.
I'm only doing it for me old ma. To stop me now.
You vitamins certainly won't hurt for you.
Can't be something we're not, though, can we? Not forever. Fire eyes kicking in.
Don't go, darling.
She's in.
Move out of the way so that we can fucking do his job, please. I can't feel a pulse.
Defibrillate.
Charging to 150.
Come on, Peel.
Stand clear. Shocking. No output.
Again.
Charging to good.
9441 shows to have been cancelled on 2/8 of 16. The new plate is showing George Victor Victor 9974. Repeat, George Victor Victor 9974. It's not showing to be 29. Expires January of 2019. Returns to 2014 Chevy Silverado pickup. The owner is Lydia Rangel Marinez and Mario Marinez Sr. out of Robstown, Texas.
Okay, that's fine.
Female, black shirt, blue jeans. She's also showed in the system as an active runaway.
I think we should.
425 and good route.
John.
Quarters.
Dr. Chowdhury, do you agree?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's 10-4. 4:02 p.m.
Time of death, 1813.
Yeah, I think Adam 310 took that.
10-4.
Fire 3842 Leonard, 3842 Leonard. Crush you to Stacy.
Right in the laundry room, they can see small flames. Information still coming in. Adam 3.
Take your compliment.
Right.
It made me feel better.
Residential fire 3842 Leonard. Crush you to Stacy.
And now I have words of great physio, and if you say that, I'm really proud of you.
Resident electrical fire in the laundry room. See small flames. Come from the plug of the dryer. We're going up group 7, 2058.
I get it.
Is it from, what's his name, Christopher?
You really don't.
Negative. It's Anna Fleming at the River Canyon Townhomes. Reference an assault.
Okay. Send us my screen, please.
10-4.
South 370, can you show me how to make?
We did all we could. Her organs were just too badly damaged by the infection.
You know, when I read about your trial...
Numbers only on Crestwood Court.
All I could think about was seeing her walk. Seeing her back how she was before.
Subject at Big Lots.
Give it a go. You've got nothing to lose.
White male, about 6 foot, red shirt, blue shorts. It was
I would have
supposed to be shooting up in the restroom at the location.
Is there someone we can call?
Bravo 445, 10-4. No, it's been pending for a while. Can you do a call back to say something about that? 10-4.
Yeah.
I wish that I was religious, so that I could believe that
John Young, Nora,
this wasn't the end.
It's as if a light's gone. Like he's given up.
Poor Rick.
I tried to think what will happen if he has to stand there longer.
Right, seriously.
41809 to an Enrique Cortez, address 3921 Chestnut.
I haven't out, have I?
Let's focus on what action we can take.
There's only 2 weeks till the trial.
We need to find concrete.
Anybody at the GSTs? Can you please
he
come over
must have
here
given
and
it to some
open the
police.
gate?
Nobody's turned up.
I've already checked with every single person that was working that shift on AAU.
Well, what about other departments? Hospital staff pass through AAU all the all the time.
No, the back every rota. So anyone that went through AAU on that day has been interviewed.
We're only one of us in that prison.
Charlie 220, I'll be clear 58 and route for fuel.
Staffing rotas and timesheets.
Charlie 220, 10-4.
Rotas and timesheets to go on.
How about members of staff who weren't technically on duty?
Adam 340. Homeowners are advising they put it out with a fire extinguisher.
No, checked it.
Visiting.
10-4.
No, there's no records.
Blonde.
Definitely STA.
Rotations 1 inbound.
10-4.
We lost Fiona.
Sorry.
Beach 65, beach 2. Bravo 340, can you let the wreckers know that one of the vehicles is going to have its motor laying out on the ground?
The trial, can you...
Same narrative?
As planned.
Yeah, get him right now.
With lessons learned, of course.
I doubt that removing the implant would have changed the outcome.
8.8. 42102.
Just that machine myself.
Seems that the only power in this hospital is a seat at the round table.
Well, you wouldn't be interested in a board, would you?
Tavasa, my
No
name and
way.
employee number GMGT.
You'd be much better suited to that kind of thing.
Theatres and
Need a
equipment.
front tire.
Why not?
10-4.
The director of medicine post is available. You could discuss it with...
Mike.
You could
Rafa.
discuss it now.
Jose.
She's not loaded, is it?
Aaron.
And
Anthony.
quite rightly, she's postponing key
Edmund.
decisions out of deference to
Adrian.
her.
Somebody come over here and open the gate,
So call
please.
him first. So call him first.
Back. Kick it back.
He's on compassionate leave.
Driver passed out in a black van behind the building, and there's 2 to 3 children inside.
Well,
It's absolutely what you want.
I just want what's best for my patients.
And no grapes, mind. Yes. Grapes, no. Chocolate, very good for the heart. The doctor's here, and she agrees. All right, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Visitors?
Mother.
Bravo 41517. What call do you want to take?
On our way down on the train.
Well, take care then.
Yes. You too, Miss Nella.
ID 7369, go ahead.
I'll be working on duty at MMC till midnight.
MMC till midnight, 10-4.
Henrik, thank you for coming.
That's quite all right. How could I help?
Right.
We're
21853, 21853. The way things are, it might be helpful for him to have a seat on the board.
In what capacity?
Director of medicine. He'd have more influence.
At the expense of his research?
He needs to help his research. More autonomy, more access to resources.
Stating the disturbance
Without you at the helm,
with the mother's intoxicated by the entrance to the park.
Unless, of course, you were thinking of...
Hospital, then. I trust your judgment completely.
Perhaps you should take some time to think it through.
Roxana, if you're happy to fight John's corner for me.
Things may not be quite the same by the time you get back.
So be it.
139 status.
Well, it's, unexpected.
I knew you wouldn't want to make such a key decision without Henrik's approval.
Yeah,
So, Roxanne...
Indication when he might be coming back?
No, unfortunately.
In his absence, the board needs medics like us, Serena. Doers who know the cold face.
Don't get my hands grubby. Oh, I'm very, very sorry to hear about your patient, by the way. That must have been a blow for you personally as well as for the trial.
The trial continues as planned.
Without a review?
450.
I can hit on with 415.
A review?
Said he had a lot of needles and stuff with him.
But the signs are that the patient's likely to...
Bravo, 445, 1040, shows in the area.
Is there a link to the implant?
Too soon to say. The admin delays getting to theatre didn't exactly help us turn it around, but if I had... There would be less weight on this. The thing about poor Mr. Griffin, this is outrageous.
Quite.
But these kinds of accusations will only increase budget restrictions, staff cuts. Mistakes are going to be made. My first priority would be to ensure that Ms. Macmillan can proceed with her TMS project. I hear the board are difficult to persuade.
Lizzie 30 for a hold-up alarm. 5225 Greenbrier, 5225 Greenbrier. The Olivares residence. Point of alarm was keypad
I'll sign his
panic.
discharge papers.
I'll get transport sorted to get him home.
Great, thank you. Let me guess. No reply.
Sasha, I don't...
I reckon we can put a smile back on that face.
Taking up miracle working?
No, we've been through the training logs.
Monday, the 2nd of October, 2017, the day Elaine Warren died, there was a...
Do you know if they advise you they're going to be sitting down on 368 tonight for construction or
And one nurse that stand out, the mirrors are flat.
Why, what's her connection?
But as soon as I saw her name, it clicked. I remember her telling me that she was working on AAU and it was manic. The consultant was run ragged.
I'll show them out for disturbance in progress. It's going to be at 809 Dairy, 809 Dairy at the Seabury Senior Apartment. Contact Gloria at apartment 2501.
Because they haven't got the training logs.
Does she still work here?
Agency.
But don't worry, we're going to track her down.
Good work.
1318 Waldron Road, number 106, out of the city, and no criminal trespasses.
Motion detected. See Moto.
I had a brilliant time last night. You fancy doing something for the weekend? Or?
He's patrolling the parking lot, the big lot. Raymond.
Blank me all day.
Bro, 445, 10-4.
Don, what's wrong?
You want to come and stay last night?
Because last time was so amazing, but it all fell apart. So I thought it'd be nice to take it slow. I'm sorry, we should have talked about it.
12.
I didn't reply to your message because we had
Adam 450 on Sharon. Is going to be at the Walmart in 5 Points.
I'm sorry.
10-4, eastbound or westbound?
Oh, not him.
10-4.
Come on.
10-4 for 20 on street, clear.
I know Bay's LCD is the one that's doing it.
Right.
They have this ramp closed down already, but yeah, I'll run by the yard and see if anyone's there real fast.
Nikki.
What's going on?
Well, I just want to make sure that's supposed to be shut down. Pretty important entrance ramp.
Look.
Yeah, somebody's already
I know you think I know.
License plate, but I don't think so.
Okay.
So, if I've been too tough on you,
Yeah, that's what I was
I'll ease off.
Cheers.
So we're all good. So we're all good. Yeah?
Yeah.
Stay again, please.
No. Me, John. We're about to go.
Joe's getting flagged down at La Palma.
That Serena agreed. And how much we miss him. I wouldn't want him thinking there isn't a place for him here.
Maybe
Navigation number.
Oh, thank you.
I can't stay.
3:30.
Oh, is she?
Go ahead.
Oh, is she?
It looks like an off-duty just keyed up on influence, so they are going to have 358 at Weber and Everhart partially shut down
Meet
until
tomorrow,
6.
first thing. In your office.
I look forward to it. Direct. My new partner in crime.
It's Bernie, no?
Oh, I wish she was here.
I know you did.
Between
David, Thomas going. Sabre 4883.
Well, Hanson needs you there. Yeah, to be honest, we all do.
Oh, more importantly, how did you get on tracking down that nurse?
Comment order?
Well,
David,
seems like she's left nursing. I mean, she was never. Seems like she's left nursing. I mean, she was never really cut out.
Where is she now?
I'm not exactly sure. It's going to be a bit more of a challenge than I thought, but we'll get there.
Highway's open. Both the females in that vehicle were transported to hospital in Corpus shortly.
How's the deal not eligible to Falfurrias? He's a white male, 56208, blonde or brown.
No.
Charlie 360, 10-4. Clear. Christopher Loza out of Nueces, eligible and clear.
Copy. And that came back to Loza, you said?
Yes, it did.
Of the
For the mother saying that she can't breathe.
No matter what he does next.
337.
Adam 3, Adam 4, copy.
What is Versace without my brother?
We will find out.
Assassination of Gianni Versace continues Wednesday at 9 on BBC 2.
Hey.
Disturbance. They're now calling back requesting medics. I've got them 4:30 that's arriving, 3:30 left drive also.
There's plenty of drama and real.
We'll be right
That's the good stuff.
I approve.
Let's dance!
Hey, Pastor. Taking up the heart racing.
Group hug.
We have let.
Beach 55, clear. Get down. Oh, 7010-4, Beach 55, copy. I'm not on.
Some of Shakespeare's most successful plays were comedies. Critics say his comedies aren't very funny, but to be fair, that's only because jokes haven't been invented. Jokes in it, even though they're definitely... That's how clever Shakespeare is. Even at this early stage of his career, there was no doubt that Shakespeare was the best at writing plays. But there was a that he had to start his own theatre company to put them on. He also built the Globe Theatre from old bits of another theatre, inventing upcycling. And he probably made the word up as well. He was a better He was a better playwright than he was an architect. That's why he didn't put a roof on it. But to be fair, Wimbledon didn't get a roof until a few years ago. If you've never seen Shakespeare at the Globe, imagine a 3-hour YouTube clip happening outdoors, a long way from you, in a language you barely understand. They might have been thick, but Shakespeare's audiences had loads of fun, heckling the actors and cackling a lot in a sort of mad, peasanty way. Like that. And that. To tell me more about Shakespeare's disgusting audiences, I spoke to this man. Who are you and what's your game?
I'm Iqbal Khan and I'm a theatre director.
What was theatre like in Shakespeare's day? Were all the audience mud on their faces?
This is ranged from the ordinary common working people who would stand around the theatre here, and then they would range to the aristocrats who would sit at the top of the theatre.
Right, so some of them had to stand up, they didn't have chairs. I'd be livid if I didn't have it.
I think the audiences quite enjoy it, I mean, particularly now.
I don't think they do enjoy standing, do they?
They actually enjoy the experience of... They actually enjoy the experience of standing.
Who's told you that?
Okay, cool, thanks. Should be about 4 houses down from the corner of River Oak.
It's got mountains, it's got rivers, it's got woods that'll give you shivers, but it sure would be prettier with you.
Alright, love. Yeah.
100 Lincoln 458, I'll just send a C template.
Yes, again. Oh, Cal. Yeah. What, love?
416, 415.
You just called me Cal. You just called me Kel. Oh, does that mean you like me? Oh, Kenny, love, of course I like you.
You had a lot of static. I only copied King John Henry.
2105.
2105, 10-4.
This is boring.
I think they've forgotten about us, babe.
Honestly.
20 Charlie 360 for suspicious activity. 4502 Lamont. 4502 Lamont. Contact 01 at that location. He's living across the street. There's no one supposed to be in the residence, and he can hear banging noises from inside the house.
I don't think they like me, you know.
Of course they liked you, babe.
I don't know. I think they might have found me a bit too...
Be surprised, actually. They're all like so conventional.
I know you're like 4 times as old as me.
Why?
But even if Jason does go to Australia and dumps me and I never leave the house, we're singing, she's 9.
A little bit younger than her, aren't I?
Oh, you're considerably younger, and also you do look younger than she does.
Thanks.
Doing the turnaround right now.
Does.
Thank you, William. 9210.
You do, honestly. I'm not just saying that. I don't want Jason to go.
Female officer available to confirm this way. 45430, you go out that way. Drive to Alameda Glenmore.
I can't live in Australia.
I know.
45 case numbers 112-0112.
I feel as sad as the Sisters of Lazarus.
I feel fantastic being black and British. I'm serious. I am British. Can't you tell?
Been spawned from being in Britain. So I'm very proud of my blackness and my British heritage. This is the flag that I would always fly.
I was brought up in London.
Fly.
I was brought up in London. I know as British as it gets.
What can I say? I'm proud to be British. I just think we're very blessed to live in this country.
I've served in the British Army, in the British Parliament, member of the British institution that touched my life. I'm losing. Are you losing your Jamaican? That's my question.
I would describe myself always as West Indian. On my passport. I would describe always as West Indian. On my passport, it says British. But the passport I had in the West Indies also said British.
Am I proud to be British?
For many years, very clearly, you are black. You are not.
Charlie 320, British.
I didn't feel really British until in my 30s.
I've never really felt that doesn't let you in because your skin's a different colour. You don't feel like you belong.
People are always asking you, no, but where do you really come from?
Some people think in this country I'm American, which bugs me. I've often felt like I've had to prove myself more in my own country than anywhere else. I still play.
What is Britain? How do you define a British person?
Britishness isn't about singularity.
Real quick.
Britain is actually about difference. It's like
I think it's complicated to be British.
Hear a male screaming and hitting something against the wall.
It's like there's a gazillion question marks over that.
This British accent has got me out of a lot of trouble. Being stopped by a police officer in America, and then I'm sorry, I thought you were black.
More back to Norman and the squad. We're up by dispatch from train 3.
What's happening, people? What's happening?
It's going to be at the Texas Department of Transportation.
Live at Apollo. I'm hosting this. African family, you got 4 choices of career. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, disgrace to the family. My mum picked all our jobs before we were born. When my mum was pregnant with me, someone went up to her and went, what are you having? She's like, I'm having a dog.
be a trailer plate. Go ahead. 235-965 Henry. 235-965 Henry. Simple. Can you copy your plate? The handicap plate. 5 Nora Charles, young boy. Are you going to return?
5 Nora Charles, young boy. 10-4, standby. Nora Charles, young boy. Negative 29. The registration expires in March of 2018 to a 2002 green Ford 4-door. Last 47510 to Patricia Longoria, address 4501 Lamont.
I didn't think there might be 4 or 5 juveniles with all these black hoodies and backpacks hanging around that little lake.
10-4.
Item 450, I'll be in resident.
Item 350.
Item 350.
Keep me on this call, I might be one of my runaways.
10-4.
Adam 340.
340.
Come on that call, I'm arriving. Show me out on 3 juvenile. 340, what's your runaway's name? Jacqueline Castillo. We're going to be at?
Going to be on the Cliff Crenshaw side.
An Oregon Trail. A 42-year-old daughter that slipped in the shower and bumped their head. Vomited. We're going to EMS 1, 2127.
Last name, boy Adam Robert, Tom Ocean, Sam Henry. First name William, 685 white male.
William Bartosh, the date of birth cut out 6 foot.
61485.
For near the second one.
10 for last name Edward William Adam Leakin David. First name Michael, 9583 white male.
Okay.
Tom Zebra, 9149. There will be no empty body.
So far.
About doing that.
That's right.
We kind of assume.
You got a smile, you're going in the right direction. You know, if you get that kind of like, you're just like, oh no, I wasn't thinking that at all. You know.
They're inside the LT's office. Are they here? Where they're at? There's like a cork board on the wall. I have them hanging from a push pin on the cork board. Tempo.
Traffic. Call 5675. Demonstrate call 5675.
Traffic nobody's around.
Joanna Rivera, 306 on tab, confirmed, next 29. Adam, big copy. Reference the trauma on Spanish shoulder child's located, breathing and crying. You're like
When I first met you guys, I told you that I wanted 100% effort. Sometimes that's not enough. Just because you tried 100% doesn't mean that you'll always pass a selection course. Just because you make it to the end doesn't mean that you'll pass. You may be deemed unsuitable for other reasons. Everyone understand that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Nobody quit. Thompson, bit of leadership to do.
Or not, but
didn't hear a lot of voice coming necessarily from anybody else.
She fell down the tub.
She's
okay.
Especially
Mom's gonna just have
the
her
PT session, I identified several individuals that were performing under
everybody
standard.
around her and everything, but she's crying and breathing okay.
Standard, or a lower standard, during the store's code. There's only 3 seats in the chopper tomorrow. There's 7 of you. So unfortunately...
Okay, how old is the child? 10-4, thank you.
It's like things end finally for Alan. And I feel heartbroken for him because he has such a huge heart and he has been pushing himself the entire day.
Alright, at this point, you guys are going to be dismissed. Alright, at this point, I'm going to be dismissed. Alright, and we'll catch you guys later on. Okay?
Come to attention. Left turn. By the left wheeling, quick march.
What are you going to walk away from this whole process feeling?
Hardest thing I've ever done, because it's just
persistent, and it gets inside your head and it never stops.
See, I guess sausage surprise is our last dinner, guys. As a six.
Yeah, the last.
Did you guys see that?
He's done.
He gave us everything.
You're the oldest.
Yeah, Durant, you're the dad now.
Dad?
Yeah.
I didn't
know dad.
35-year-old Durant has faced challenges since childhood.
And because I was deaf, school for me was quite hard. I was looking at the right friends to help me, and obviously their notes all the time.
Though he struggled with communication under Clinton in the South African phase,
You say like brother trip.
he grew in confidence to take charge in the
Team leader. You have the willpower, you can excel.
and has a particular reason for wanting to make it all the way to the end.
I want to inspire all disabled people out there. You can achieve it.
8 hours though.
This will be for Jacqueline Renee Castilla, date of birth 12/1/2001.
10-4.
Getting away with it, they can do it again and again and again.
This is massive protests erupt in major cities all across the country, including Baltimore, New York City, and Washington, D.C.
Fact is, in too many parts of this country, a deep distrust.
Can you verify her social?
We did watch it on YouTube. And I was telling William, I said, it's very different out there. And he was like, Mom, there. And Mom, not worried about it. He said, but that'll never be me.
No, it's gonna be blue and white shorts, black hoodie, jacket, zips up in the front, sandals with socks. She'll have a navy blue Abercrombie backpack and a black purse.
Victor 8169 Temple. 4685. So far.
Okay, I gotta get some sleep. Okay.
You're gonna need to be rested because it's gonna be a tiring and taxing process for you. Because you're gonna have to, sit there and hear everything as it comes in. It's gonna be difficult.
Any gang affiliation?
As he about to say. You're lying. Well,
I can't tell you what's gonna happen. The good thing is we're all from Portsmouth. I know you have great faith in
my name
the people
and
of the city, just like I do.
Number to your MDT.
That they're going to get.
Perfect, thank you.
And just to give some light back to our family, back to our community, just back to America, period. That justice can be served. That's all we need. Period. That justice can be served.
The Unit 1.
That's all we
Is the seatbelt in there? Was it, I don't even know if the roof is still on there to be attached. I don't know if he was wearing it. Can you check and see if it's either locked up or just hanging there?
Enough is enough.
The suspect, you can get in front of the suspect. Yeah, but it's going to be all four of us? Yeah, all four of us will break off at the company. Alright, you get some more than there. Yeah, I'm going to stop at the first closure.
4. Semi-detached.
Leslie Blake and Francesco De Angelis Incorporated.
You have a lot of static. Was that boy David Robert 9250?
Amazing! And look at this. Ready?
10-4. Do you need to know if the seatbelt was cut or disattached? I'm still here trying to check.
Well,
Maybe in a bit. Come.
Progress to 6053 Airstream, 6053 Airstream, contact Bianca.
Alpha 4, can I get a case number for his report?
Case number is 115-0115.
Adam 325 around.
Adam 325, contact Bianca. She's going to begin a blacked-out journey outside. They're attempting to get property and the mail inside's not letting them.
I am the sole author of the dictionary that defines me. I am the sole... You have your work. You have Frank. You're so successful.
For request of parent for precautionary.
You're never lonely.
Shannon at the park department. Summit 157, 157, contact on Isabella.
We should be fighting, not talking.
Get one Weber. Gonna be outside in the parking lot.
Enjoy your
on the
war
ground
with the
in front of the
Scots.
HEB sign. The cops coming in. Within its name is 1 and 2144.
Name. I'm Uhtred of Bebenbar. The Danes know me as Uhtred. The Danes know me as Ragnarsson.
You're the man who could Thank you. We've benefited greatly from our death. He has not been mourned.
Danes, Northmen, Saxons, priests.
Death. He has not been mourned.
Danes, Northmen, Saxons, priests, pagans. A strange mix.
You might not know this, but in your absence, all Danes and Northmen in Everwich have either been killed or fled.
Bravo 355.
Everwich will be mine.
630 show tonight.
The king is a man of the one true God. His preference is that we come to an agreement.
It will need to be
Consciousness and they just kept falling down. It's like they are breathing. Charlie 3 or Charlie 4?
Exchange for peace. In compensation for
Negative 29, checks out of Portland, / Charles, President 23, status of Swift.
Donald.
Kjartan is a Donald.
Yes. We will join together and we will take it. Kjartan's land will become yours.
You offer nothing. Dunhall is too strong. It cannot be taken.
What I am offering you, Secret, is life. Life as an earl.
The only way to defeat
Charlie 310.
I am food and
You just need to
freedom.
call last case number for the same thing. 007.
We, my brother and I, have considered this offer. You wouldn't need to surround him with men, with defenses, and deny him what he needs to live.
Yes. All your men would need to be fed and remain sober for months.
Would take too much time.
February 2019,
Some hundreds of men.
Pickup. Rolled up out of Corpus
But it can be done?
Confirmed. Negative
Can
29.
done.
104.
Yes. then that is what we do.
Lord, this is not a plan that can be decided upon quickly. There are... I will say what's on my mind clearly. This plan can never work. There are other ways to defeat Kjartan.
It seems everyone is wrong but you, Uhtred Ragnarsson. Do we have a plan?
We have a plan. And we have an agreement. Do we not?
We do.
Excellent.
I don't know. I used to see on the news that when they show Cali, this kind of a jungle, a forest, and a lot of migrants and people and police. I don't know. It's not the case for me for the time. A quite peaceful city. It's a bit chilly, but that's okay. Oh my God. Look. Here's the sea. And we're heading to the UK. See over there? It's over there. The horizon. I can't wait to get there.
813
I need to go walk through the city to see if there's somebody is willing to support, to help me. And by someone I mean some human traffickers, some smugglers, because this is the only way to get out of here. Where are you? I mean, where are the smugglers? I don't know where you can find them.
Charlie 460, 10-4.
London. Wow, this is great. Please, yeah, let's do it as soon as possible. I don't have a choice but to them.
Going down, going to medical.
Francis Barber might have been lost to history had he not been part of the household of the 18th century writer Dr. Samuel. Into this time capsule of a house, get a strong sense of who he was and of the times in which he lived.
420 Templar. Charlie 410 and Charlie 420 for burglary in progress.
Johnson lived at the centre of Georgian London's culture.
Being called in by the neighbor, advising it should be a vacant house.
This is a picture of
There
what
are
was
3 male
called
subjects trying to get inside.
the age, and
All going to be Hispanic males. One's in a blue shirt and blue jeans.
Johnson
One's in a red shirt, and they're advising one of them carrying a baseball
so
bat.
it was like your dream party guest list. Here's Johnson, and here's his biographer Boswell, and this is the Georgian portrait painter, Sir Joshua Reynolds. Reynolds gives us a glimpse into the black history of Georgian London. This is a copy of his portrait, simply entitled A Young
Tina with Loss Prevention.
Person to
Reference 3 subjects
percentage
inside the location, advising 2 are concealing
of a Georgian
items.
portrait, and to be the subject of the portrait and not some exotic detail in the margins. This portrait has hung here for years. To doubt, another sign how elusive this history can be. What we know for certain is that Francis Barber was born in Jamaica and that he was born a slave. And he brought to Britain by one of Johnson's friends. When Johnson's wife died, Francis, at about the age of 10, was sent to this house to become part of Johnson's household. These are copies of the little slips of paper that Samuel Johnson used when he was writing the book that would make him famous. This book, his Dictionary of the English Language. But on the back of this one, the young Francis Barber has practiced writing his signature. And on this one, he's been practicing writing the word England, the country that's now his. And I just want to smile when I see this, because it is just such an innocent, such a classically teenage thing to do. It's what we all did when we were kids, and we were imagining what it was going to be like. You remember that the teenage boy who wrote this had been born a slave. He'd been born the property of somebody else. He had been born a thing that legally could be bought and sold,
red truck and a four-door sedan. It was a red truck. Well, I was trying to take off, but it's unmovable now.
For the teenage Francis Barber to sit in this room and imagine a future in which he would be the author of his own life and the owner of his body was miraculous. Were the same years in which Britain was exporting millions of Africans into slavery.
I need some of those hooligans involved in Marseille to find out if the same violent scene will be repeated at the World Cup. A few days after our meeting, I get a call from Vasily. He's invited me to a five-a-side tournament, but with a difference. But with the police crowd starting to bite, people are nervous about appearing on camera.
One of 4 traffic.
Только если вот так, шапку мою. Ну да, среди пенсионеров в почетном президиуме коллектива «Гладиатор США». Молодежь подрастает перспективная. Вот. Обзавелись семьи. Это действующие ребята, No.
But he does have a suggestion to find some of the Marseille hooligans.
Будет интересно посмотреть.
Suggestion to find some of the hooligans.
Будет интересно посмотреть на них свежие и сравнение с столичными. Посмотрите на провинциальный футбол, ну и на очень интересных ребят из Орла. Они тоже хорошие собеседники. Думаю. Кто ищет, тот всегда найдет.
John George King 9453.
This is the slum.
Charlie 470, 358 and Weber.
In the 1860s, 90% of Victorians rented their homes. Like the East End, where you would rent a room rather than a whole house. The one advantage of living in an area like this is you didn't have to provide proof of employment or good character, as you would have had to do elsewhere. The slums drew people from the fringes of immigrants, even fallen aristocrats. Driven to the East End by hard times, poverty and misfortune sent people here by the thousand. There were very few safety nets. This was a time before welfare benefits, the NHS or the minimum even afford to rent their own room. Some paid to sleep in other people's beds, others opted for the doss house. In 1860, 50,000 people had no option but to pay 4p a night to sleep. The doss house is 39 Andy Gardner from Oxfordshire.
It looks like Victorian flats pack.
Most slums were owned by absent landlords who employed local men like Andy. Run the doss house and collect rent from the other tenants.
Oh dear me. That's one way of ingratiating myself with the group, isn't it? Hi guys, nice to meet you. Give me your money.
He gets free accommodation. But he'll need an income from the doss house or find other work to pay for food.
There's not a lot. There's not a lot here. I've got something to keep warm, got somewhere to sit down and eat, somewhere to wash, somewhere to sleep. I mean, this is a lack of luxury really compared to the doss house.
Chicken Express in this apartment complex over here.
Surroundings.
Oh, look at the mud everywhere. Lovely, I love it. Hello. Hi.
And meeting their neighbours.
What's your room like? Bigger or smaller?
That's what I hear.
What's your room like? Bigger or smaller?
Lots smaller. I think it's half of this size.
Yeah.
Welcome. I'm your local rent man. Are you?
I'm getting the rolling pin ready.
It's
a doss house.
Can't afford the coffin bed for 4p. You're like the other one. Do you want to sit down on the bench?
Okay.
It's disgusting for a human being to actually even pay.
Well, it's either that or the street.
Something the residents could experience.
I guess when you turn on horn, you just take that
If they
person left, I'll be right here.
fail to pay Andy at the end of the week.
So if you can't afford the rent on that day,
Yep.
would you come back again another day?
No.
Another day?
No.
That day or
Other
nothing?
people would be waiting to go in.
That's harsh.
Yeah. Very.
Really harsh.
Extremely harsh.
You've come to work then, won't you?
Right, you need to work really hard.
And you can't get us into debt.
No.
Each precise combination of cornflakes drops directly into a bag, which is heat sealed bottom and top. To prevent any...
Negative, they decline.
This little blue box here is a bit like a laser beam. That laser beam detects the correct length of that bag. So if the bag's burst, you deviated from set length, and that will be rejected.
You're a good feature, you know that? In the packaging department, always being turned from flat pack into boxes in one slick move. The machine even opens each box as it goes. Stadium! 6 hours and 3 minutes ago, each one of these crunchy nut cornflakes was a plain little kernel of corn. Now, to make sure they're all as perfect as they should be, Jim Carney, in quality control, carries out a random check every 2 hours.
Doing this, Jim?
A long time, 42 years.
42 years. Granddaughter was stealing from them. She's at the location in her bedroom.
Does that mean you have to stop the whole batch?
Thank you. If it's minor, then we make an adjustment accordingly. If it's a possible hold, then we stop the line and we tell relevant supervision. Probably about 10,000.
Wow, that can't happen very often.
Hopefully not, but it does happen.
It does happen?
Yes.
There's a detailed checklist, but Jimmy is so experienced, he knows in an instant if there's a problem.
Smell the inside of the box.
You do what?
You smell the inside of the box.
What can you smell from the inside? What can you smell from a box, Jim?
Well, it's hard to describe, it's through experience, but sometimes the carpet itself can actually taste or smell off. Then we have to report it.
You know, like a wine buff has a perfect nose. Can you honestly stick your nose over a box and tell me if it's wrong or not?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You do?
Locked child in the vehicle. It's going to be at 1225 Foreign, 155 Foreign at the Family Dollar. I think it's a child locked in a black Impala. The vehicle is running. Information is welcoming in. Adam 3, Adam 4.
And feel it against this?
Yes, it's standard batch of crunching up.
Vehicle's running, I'm not going to
Feel
it
against this? Yes, the batch of crunching.
Yeah, I'm saying it's running.
That's your 10. Yes, we're looking for similarity. Actually look lighter or darker, too much coating, or not enough coating. And then I have a taste.
1889.
Come on. Yeah, peanuts, the syrup, honey. And then we go to the reference and try that one.
It does smell heavily of peanut, which I've never even considered before.
To me, it's fine.
Jim, I believe you. You have got an expert nose when it comes to breakfast cereal.
Thank you.
So, 340 rapid.
While the family play, I'm taking Annabelle and Atalanta to have a go at
anything.
We kept goats during the war, which my mother used to milk. But the one thing we never did was to make cheese.
8033
so all this is rather new to me.
8033 SCAD 10-4.
Rather new to me.
Hello. Look who's here. Oh. And who is this? This is Bee. So will you show me how to milk her? Of course. Squeeze. Reach and squeeze. I think I'll do nearly as well as that.
Right. Here's my moment.
So you just...
You know, you were better...
Come on, Bea, it's only me. Shall I pop this underneath again? Whoopsie. Yes, we're going to be friends. Nope. Sorry. Granny's lost her goat.
Goats can provide over 3 litres of milk a day, and it's the most consumed milk in the world. But there's not much chance of getting any more from beef.
That's it. Well, look at that.
Got a record
That could write my name in it. There we go. Very good, Mum.
Very good, Mum.
It takes a lot more milk to make a hard cheese than a soft one. So for the soft cheese I want to make, we're going to need 4 pints. Cheese making in the UK is at an all-time high, and there's a rise in popularity of making it at home too. So we're giving it a go. And I must confess, we did need a topper. Steady hand. The only ingredient you need. The only ingredient apart from the goat's milk are sea salt and citric acid, which you dissolve in water.
Drizzle the citric acid solution into the milk, stirring thoroughly. You can be the
180 Fahrenheit, and the curd should begin to separate from the whey.
This is very exciting. It's just beginning to separate. It's the curds, which is the solid part, and the whey, which is the runny. This all solid at the top.
Wow.
And what have we got? The whey at the bottom.
A good goat's cheese needs salt, and I'm adding fresh. And I'm adding thyme for extra flavour.
I'm full of anticipation now because it has separated beautifully. There it goes.
That looks brilliant. We're going to tie it up and drain it a little bit, and then she'll...
It needs to hang for half to drain off the last of the moisture.
We'll come back and then we'll have some magic cheese. How much fun is that? Good teamwork.
Bravo 415, that's going to be for, could you spell the first name? I have Averin with an A, Adam, Victor, Edward, Robert, Edward, Nora, Jaden, middle name, John, Adam, Young, David, Edward, Nora, Gonzalez with the zebra.
It would be Gonzalez with the S.
But this one involves a precarious commute.
Type both ways.
Be with the A, Adam.
So for the date of birth of 6/21 of 02?
01.
No protect.
What is in a medical here? No code.
For a young macaque still learning the ropes, having a tail longer than your body gives you the edge. It can both grip and act as a camera. This daily descent is well worth the effort.
He doesn't have drugs license and no insurance. 12.
Across Thailand, welcome.
Mama.
They're requesting a medic back out to the 809 dairy for the disturbance with injuries. They're advising the female's wheelchair bound and they're needing to do a mental commit.
Buddhists have a unique relationship with nature.
Parent guardian is going to be Anna Gonzalez, assist address 722 Robert. Somebody name and employee number.
Living thing, contributing to the world, and deserves respect.
การให้ทานคือเป็นความเมตตาเป็นที่โลกได้อยู่ขึ้นและเป็นสิ่งทำจนโลก
This compassionate relationship is the perfect example of a spiritual connection so special in southern Thailand, where humans are not set apart from nature, but live within it.
Go ahead.
macaques who visit the a chance to cool off and have some fun in the heat of the day.
Designation, 809 Dairy Drive, 809 Dairy, the Seabree Seniors Apartment. Caution to Skylark and Skyline. Please on scene requesting a medic, no code, for wheelchair bound. You need a medical permit. Rough Fire Dispatch 2211.
Emma's desperate to be able to roar again.
I'm so glad to have gotten this opportunity to work with you and maybe to help you out a little bit. Emma?
I'm immediately very intrigued. I get really shaky. I don't even know what it is, but it's awesome.
Hyann has now incorporated her vibrating wrist technology into a bespoke. This is the first time Emma's used it.
Woo.
Whoa.
Woo.
Has it started up?
Yeah.
I mean, how are you feeling? What are you feeling when you...
It's making my hand feel less stiff.
Immediately?
I'm actually still tremoring, but... my hand will relax. It's kind of distracting me a little bit, I think. It feels soothing, and...
Sorry.
I'm just...
Delta 37 clear.
Oh my god.
10-4. An officer referenced a neighbor that had been going to her house.
Did it just work?
The door is 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god.
Can I have that phone number?
10-4, phone number 2854.
That is one of the most extraordinary things.
854-9889 for Mrs. Kenny.
Emma, you just wrote your name.
I know.
Twice.
It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't like a first time lucky, and I'm so emotional in the middle of the day.
When was the last time that you were able to... Can't do that.
Yeah, I can.
Do we know if it's going to be a rotation or no?
I haven't drawn one of them for a long time. It makes me forget that I have a tremor.
Oh my god.
1526 square.
I'm so glad.
I was so scared about putting my pen on the paper.
I'm so glad it worked.
Ruin it.
Look at this.
It's a mandatory suspension drug offense. Address at 2016 Howard.
This might help. It might
like 10%, like 20%. This is like this. I think this is 80%.
I was going to go up to 90.
Jesus.
90.
Jesus.
Who are you going to call first?
My mum. I've actually just written my name for like the first time in 8 years.
I can't believe it. So what happens now? Does she get to keep it?
Well, yeah. Bam, so I can change the colour.
The sequins. It's the old Emma. Bravo 360, 10-4. Bravo 460, I'll show you clear. 460. Georgetown at Wagner, Lee, David George 8, Henry 118, 10-4.
I had better do than try to amuse strangers.
Oh my. There's plenty of drama in real life.
Broadway Country Club.
Let's dance!
Broadway Country Club. Vehicle going 81. David. 2. John 795.
Hey presto. Take off the
Group hug. We have legends in this room.
Yeehaw!
What's this?
Some of Shakespeare's most successful plays were comedies. Critics say his comedies aren't very funny, but to be fair, that's only because jokes hadn't been invented back then. Of course, if you go to watch a Shakespeare comedy today, you'll hear the audience laughing.
Even at this early stage of his career, there was no doubt that Shakespeare was the best at writing plays, but there was enough doubt that he had to start his own theatre company to put them on.
He also built the Globe Theatre from old bits of another theatre, inventing upcycling, and he probably made the word up as well. He was a better playwright. That's why he didn't put on it. But to be fair, Wimbledon didn't get a roof until a few years ago.
If you've never seen Shakespeare at the Globe, imagine a 3-hour YouTube clip happening outdoors, a long way from you, in a language you barely understand. And if I find it confusing, it must have blown the minds off some Shakespeare's first audiences, who were only slightly more sophisticated than trees.
They might have been thick, but Shakespeare's audiences had loads of fun, heckling the actors and cackling a lot in a sort of mad peasanty way. Like that. And that. Disgusted audiences, I spoke to this man.
Who are you and what's your game?
I'm Iqbal Khan and I'm a theatre director.
What was theatre like in Shakespeare's day? Were all the audiences really rowdy then, you know? Did you wear tunics and have mud on their faces?
The audiences ranged from the No, they didn't.
I've never had to stand for a whole Shakespeare. I don't think I could do it. I'd be livid if I didn't have a chair.
I think the audiences quite enjoy it. I mean, particularly now.
I don't think they do enjoy standing, do they?
They actually enjoy the experience of standing.
Who's told you that?
The one with the prettiest view. It's got mountains, it's got rivers, it's got woods to give you shivers. But it sure would be prettier with you.
You alright, love? Yeah. No, I'm great, yeah. My mum's... No, I'm great, yeah. My mum's just been in there. Oh, Cal.
7,000 Williams, thank you.
Yeah. What, love? You just called me Kel. Oh. Does that mean you like me? Or... Oh.
Hello.
No. I'm sorry, but it's just the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Motion detected.
12.1, 10-4, 2221.
Home.
This is boring.
I think they've forgotten about us, babe.
Honestly, New Year's Eve and I'm stood in some old woman's hallway.
10-4, he's on the disturbance at 809 Dairy.
Conventional?
Yeah. Do you know what, I wouldn't be surprised actually. They're all like so conventional. I know you're like 4 times as old as me. Not quite. But even... Can we still be friends? We can. my friend Mary from Carol Singing. She's 89.
I'm a little bit younger than her, aren't I?
Oh, you're considering it. And also, you do look younger than she does.
Thanks.
No, you do. Honestly. I'm not just saying that. Failure.
I know.
Charlie, 410.
I feel as sad as the sisters of Lazarus.
Well, the owner's in Eileen's, but he's not answering any of the phone numbers, and he's got a physical address of 701 Ohio, and that's what it shows in his property, I guess, background, that his mailing address is 701 Ohio, and that's what Eileen's is showing for his address, but he's not answering at the phone, at any of the phone numbers.
Serious? I am British. Can't you tell?
For me, Britain's because I raised and I'm born here. Everything that I've done has been spawned from being in Britain. So I'm very proud of my blackness and my British heritage. This is the flag. And my British heritage. This is the flag that I would always fly.
I was brought up in London, and I'm as British as it gets.
What can I say? I'm proud to be British. I just think we're very blessed to live in this country.
I've served in the British Army, in the British Parliament, the judiciary, the English Cricket Board. I can't be any more British. There aren't many British institutions that hasn't touched my life. I more think, are you losing your Jamaican? That's my question.
I would describe myself always as West Indian. On my passport, but the part in the West Indies also said British.
We're getting an incomplete 911
to be British?
1200 Lantana at the Our Lady of Corpus Christi. Did you want to send a unit out?
For many years when I was growing up, the society that you were in said very clearly
3034 Ocean Drive.
Is the truthful answer. When a group of friends go to a friend's house and that doesn't let you in because your skin's a different colour, you don't feel like you belong.
I was always asking you, no, but where do you really come from?
Some people think in this country I'm American. Which bugs me. I've often felt like I've had to prove myself more in my own country than anywhere else. I still feel that way.
What is Britain? How do you define a British person?
It's like a microcosm of the globe situated here in the UK.
I think it's complicated today to be British. Stop to be black British is like, feels like there's a gazillion question marks over that.
This British accent has got me.
Minor injuries, so Charlie 4. Minor injuries. Stop.
Hammersmith Apollo, what's happening?
Male prisoner,
happening, people, what's happening?
Getting mileage 49051490.
Excellent, it's good to be here. The Hammersmith Apollo, live at Apollo. I'm hosting this.
Yeah, eventually I'm still working on the other 5 as we could.
African family, you got 4 choices of career. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, disgrace to the family. Mum picked all our jobs before we were born. When my mum was pregnant with me, someone went up to her and went, what are you having? She's like, I'm having a doctor. And that is it. She picked my subjects at school. Or blood or anything vaguely biological. Had to switch it up. I was like, Mum, I had to tell my mum the doctor thing wasn't going to work out. It was alright. I said, I'm going to be an engineer. I'm like, engineer? It is on the list? Okay. And then she turns to my younger brother. You will be the doctor. You will be the doctor. And that's how it ran in my family.
88424.
She wasn't impressed when I decided to become a comedian. That conversation didn't go very well because I was an engineer. I worked as an engineer for years. I used to work at Otis repairing lifts. That's what I did. And my mum was proud. Yes, my daughter. Yeah. And then I left that and decided to become a comedian. My mum was not impressed. She's like, comedy. Comedy! What the hell is comedy? What am I going to tell my friends in Nigeria? My daughter is a clown. But luckily for me, within 6 months of starting comedy, I got on this talent show called the Big Talent Show, hosted by Jonathan Ross. Got on this show. So I called my mum. I was like, Mama, what's interesting in this podcast? Find out what it is. Call me for the final.
317-323
Sure enough, I got through to the final, filmed live on television, live.
She's going to listen to the RTA imaging, they're not wearing
live
shirts.
on television, live. Jonathan Ross is hosting, and my mum comes down with her entourage, because my mum does not travel without a Nigerian entourage. So I do my set, Jonathan Ross. It was literally white people, and then a bank of African royalty just... So Jonathan points to my mum and he goes, is that your mum? That Gina's mum is in the audience. And I swear to God, my mum stood up like this. I always knew she was going to be a kid. When she was 3, I bought her the big shoes. So my mum only comes out for the big shows. She only comes out for the big shows. And in fact, my mum... for the big shows. And in fact, my mum...
Just get me for the Amador Castillo at 1120 of 96.
Where's my mum? Where's my mum? She's here!
The stars are out tonight song. Tonight's song is about David's attitude towards celebrities. He's had a good dose of other people's celebrity, which he found distasteful.
There were definitely things birthing the stuff. He was trying a lot of things. He had to flex his muscles to get back in shape, like a runner or an athlete. That's what he had to do. You know,
7 comes back to David James Fine, date of birth.
You know, we just throw
out of the Ramses Pass.
these songs at the musicians. They never heard them before. So we have David Torn on this track. For instance, the intro, if I play David Torn. That's his role in this, you know.
I had this loop, something like this going, which sounded like this. And I was moving it
over the chords to create action. So we kind of had the idea to put some little different guitar riffs to kind of signify the changes over there.
0124.
I put Torn and Leonard together. Torn and Leonard. Very complimentary.
10-4. 10 for heaven.
38, boy David Sam, 363.
It's like almost a Motown kind of. I don't know where that kind of comes from.
Very Motown-y, yeah.
Sugar pie, honey bunch.
Not showing to have a criminal history at all.
You know, if you get that kind of like, you're just like, oh no, I wasn't thinking that at all. You know.
Motion detected. E-moto. Home.
John Tom Henry 2928.
John Sam Henry
2925. For DWLI. If he has, he's diabetic, he doesn't have any insulin on him. Diabetic tested the sugar and it's like 410. We're recommending he get medically checked out. Is it okay that we release him and for the charge that to be DWLI?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Just write it up and I'm sure get a warrant from later.
Okay. Oh, pretty good. Going to the Waterburger off Catastrophe. David Henry David 9087. Sorry, 9087.
517 Avenue D.
Yeah, there's a substation. Baldwin.
Motion detected. E-moto.
Hold that for me, like.
Home.
That's 340, I'll show you correct. Good one.
3, what was the last call?
Burglary alarm out at 4859 Baldwin.
You can clear this. Let's do the third one, thank you.
Far. 7576, yes sir.
Wanted 100% effort.
sometimes that's not enough. Just because you tried 100% doesn't mean that you'll always pass a selection course. Just because you
we have a 5-8 in the crash going
selection course. Just because you make it to the end
we just want to make sure it's okay to release them to the family.
doesn't mean that you'll pass. You may be deemed unsuitable for other reasons.
Not going with the medic.
Yes, sir.
He doesn't want to be treated by them. Yeah,
Nobody quit.
To the family.
We want to see that.
Definitely, thank you.
Nobody quit. We want that. Perseverance. See some leadership with Parrott. Thompson, bit of leadership too. Didn't hear a lot of voice coming necessarily from anybody else. Onioki, especially. With the PT session, I identified several individuals that were performing under standard. Under standard. And it just happened to be that the same individuals performed to the same standard or a lower standard during the stores carry. There's only 3 seats on the chopper tomorrow. And there's 7 of you. So unfortunately...
Left in progress call pending at 902 Hallmark. They called back requesting a cancel, advising they're just going to make a report tomorrow. Can we cancel it or do you want units to go?
As long as it's not a disturbance.
Finally for Alan. And I feel heartbroken for him because he has such a huge heart and he...
Okay.
Come to attention. Left turn. By the left wheelie, quick march.
What are you going to walk away from this whole process feeling or thinking about yourself?
I have pushed myself harder than anything. This is the hardest thing I've ever done because it's just persistent and it gets inside your head and it never stops.
Can you get them to sign popular lethal? All of 3 of them.
So that's just a surprise as our last dinner, guys.
Yeah, the last Did you guys see bye to Alan and everything?
Yeah, we just waved.
Says I love you, Alan.
Who looked at
Victor X-ray 0296.
Dad?
Yeah.
35-year-old Durance has faced challenges since childhood.
I was deaf. School for me was quite hard. But I was lucky I had the right friends to help me. And
Call anybody, do anything at all, illegal.
Though he struggled with communication under Clinton in the South African phase,
you say left rabbit tree.
He grew in confidence to take charge in the nighttime surveillance during our GIGN selection.
You will be the next team leader. If you have the willpower, you can excel.
And has a particular reason for wanting to make it all the way to the end.
1304.
I want to inspire you all disabled people out there. You can achieve.
There'll be 3 places on the
Well, whatever happened,
less than 48 hours now.
I'm just coming in Petronilla, headed that way. It may have been a guy that was causing disturbance yesterday and earlier this afternoon, Robert Hickman, who lives in Bishop. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they're advising 5 juveniles. I know Hickman is. I know he's like 40 or something. But, okay, sounds good. I mean, I'm in Rapper. I'm just sipping ways off.
They getting away with it. They getting away with it. They can do it again.
May not be him when they said it was someone without a shirt.
Major cities all across the country, including Baltimore, New York City, and Washington. This is massive protests erupted cities all across the country, including Baltimore, New York City, and Washington, D.C.
The fact is, in too many parts of this country, a deep distrust exists.
We did watch it on YouTube. And I was telling Wim, I said, it's very different out there. And he was like, that'll never be me.
Charlie 450. Charlie 450. Is transport available? Anyway. I'll be en route to 711, adult male. I'll advise when I'm ready. And can you put a case number on the call?
How you doing?
Case number is 125, 125. Charlie 330.
I can't even keep my eyes. I gotta get some sleep. I just can't.
You're going to need to be rested because it's going to be a tiring and taxing process for you because you're going to have to, sit there. The good thing is we're all from Portsmouth. I know you have great faith in the people of the city just like I do, that they're going to get on their The good thing is we're all from Portsmouth. I know you have great faith in the people of this city just like I do, that they're going to get on their jury and do the job that they're supposed to do.
We just want the truth, and just to get, you can't get justice in 26 hours. No, I don't know. We're going to rise up again as a family. And we're going to let the world know enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Semi-detached. Natalie Blake and Francesco De Angelis Incorporated.
Bravo 67. Bravo 355. Bravo 357.
Amazing! And look at this. Ready?
Then share room for a family.
Another planet.
Do you want to hold her? Do you want to hold her?
Maybe in a bit.
Come. Perfection.
Someone be out there for about 30 minutes. Alright, come on.
I am the sole author of the author. Leah said to me, "You have your work, you have Frank, you're so successful. You're never lonely," she said.
I'm Eric. This is my brother Siegfried.
I am Ken Guthrie. How did you enjoy your war with the Scots? You look tired. Enjoy your war with the Scots. Tired.
You have a name.
I'm Uhtred of Bebenber. The Danes know me as Uhtred Ragnarsson.
You are the man who killed Abba.
I am.
Thank you. We've benefited greatly from Abba's death. He has not been mourned.
Danes, Northmen, Saxons. Please. Strange mix.
Know this, but in your absence, all Danes and Northmen in Everwich have either been killed or fled. Everwich will be mine. There will be no fight. None. Unless it's with...
322, I'm going to show you clear.
Is a man of the one God. His preference is that we come to an agreement.
It will need to be a handsome agreement.
Make your offer.
In exchange for peace and compensation for the... In exchange.
Subjects that were caught on disturbance of the white pickup truck heading south. That was about 20 minutes ago.
I will offer you a fortress. At Donald.
Kjartan is a Donald.
Yes. We will join together and we will take it. Kjartan's land. What I am offering, secret, is life. Life as an earl.
The only way to defeat Kjartan is to deny him food and freedom. We, my brother and I, have considered this offer. You would need to surround him with men, with defenses, and deny him what he needs to live.
Yes. Be fed.
Bravo 450 Templar. I'll show you out for UMB not in progress.
It would take too much time and too many men, some hundreds of men.
Flower Bluff. Contact the Pedro.
But it can be done?
There are other ways.
It can be done, yes.
Two females fighting in the parking lot. No description.
This is not a plan decided upon quickly. There are other ways.
Uhtred, as the king explained earlier, you do not have a voice.
I will say what's on my mind, and clearly. This plan can never work. There are other ways to defeat Kjartan.
It seems...
10-4.
You have a plan. Uhtred.
Bravo 470 location.
We have a plan. And we have an agreement. Do we not?
The Oasis Tavern, George X-ray Nora 6406 Templar. Charlie 450, right? Charlie 450 Templar. Charlie 330 Templar.
I don't know, I used to see on the news that when they show Cali, this kind of... this kind of a jungle, a forest, and a lot of migrants and people and police. I don't know. It's not the case for me for the time being. I don't know what was going to be waiting me there. It's a bit, but it's okay.
Email that took a nasal steroid earlier.
Oh my God!
Feeling dizzy.
Look.
We're on flight dispatch 2250.
This is the sea. I don't know. I might be taking one of these ferries and be heading to the UK.
Answer Victoria Stewart out of Corpus Christi. Answer responsibility is confirmed. Negative 2927. Stewart, eligible class expires March 2020.
The horizon. The mirage. It's England. So close.
Resident. One's a Hispanic male in a flannel shirt with a backpack. The other's a Hispanic male in a black shirt. Their last name is walking towards.
Walk through the city to see if somebody is willing to support, to help me.